today we are going to make kombucha soap. I looked up a bunch of recipes on kombucha soap. This is my second time making it. Most recipes I saw just use the starter tea. I wanted one that used the actual scoby itself. This one did, so this is not my own recipe. I did not formulate this myself. If you want to check out the original formulator of this, look up the YouTube channel A Texas Girl's Garden. This is her recipe. I got it from her. I made my own little adjustments to it, but the original recipe came from her. So, let's get started. This is a coconut oil, olive oil, and cocoa butter based soap. It's awesome. My sister loves it. She's had really bad eczema since she was a little kid. So this is a soap that's really nice and gentle on her. I don't use essential oils in mine. You can, if you want to add essential oil, you would add 3.5 ounces of essential oil to this entire recipe. I personally don't, and then you would just add that at the end, right after trace. You would add that and then blend it a little more. So you would do that right at the end. Okay? So let's get started. Let me go over what I have here. We have our scoby with the tea, and that is a total of 8.3 ounces. You always want to go by weight, not volume, when making soap. So 8.3 ounces, that includes the scoby down there. All right, we got that. And then olive oil, which is our main oil here, we have a total of 44 ounces of olive oil. I use virgin olive oil in mine. And then we have 8.3 ounces of coconut. This is organic virgin coconut oil. Have that right there. And then we have cocoa butter right here. And that is 2.8 ounces of cocoa butter right there. Okay. And then we have our soap mold right there. I have my immersion blender. I have my temperature gun right here. I have my distilled water, 10.5 ounces by weight. There we go. And then I have my lye, which is 7.4 ounces right here. I pre-measured all this stuff before starting the video because it takes forever. Then I have my spatula and a metal bowl. You can also use plastic, just make sure it's heat resistant. And if you're using metal, make sure it is not aluminum. Aluminum reacts with the lye and makes a very bad reaction, toxic gas. Okay, and then also things like this, I only use for soap making. I have dedicated spatulas and utensils and bowls just for soap making. For the oils, it doesn't matter, but if something's going to contain lye, whether it's my little measuring dish here or the final product, I use only my dedicated soap making bowls and utensils. Okay. So I'm going to get some water boiling and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so now I got my water boiling. I mixed all my oils together. They're over here. I have the olive oil, coconut oil, and cocoa butter all in this bowl over here. When the water starts boiling, I'm going to put that on top and make a double boiler. I've seen people do this directly on the stove. I don't like to do that. I think it gets a little too hot. And you want your lye water and your oils to be within 10 degrees of each other. So the hotter you get it, one, you're going to damage the oil even more, and two, the longer it's going to take for them to come into the right temperature. We want these to be around 100 to 110 is the range we want to shoot for. So let's get all that going. Here is my water. We talked about that earlier. Got that right here. And I have my lye right here. You never want to mix water into lye, always lye into water. Alright? So we're going to see if I can get this on camera. Got too much stuff here in a little space. So I'm going to put this in here very gently. I don't want splashing. There we go. And like I said, these containers and the spatula are dedicated for soap making. I don't use it for anything else. Also, you want to use distilled water in this. Don't know if I said that earlier, but you want distilled water. And this was actually cold water when I started. I have a distilled water dispenser from Zephyr Hills. So this was actually really cold water when I started. So there, it's mixed up. And as light cools, it'll actually turn like clear, so it'll look normal again. So let's see what the temperature is now. Okay, so as of right now, the lye water is, it's still, okay, it's starting to cool down, but it's 216. You can see that. Yeah. So, it's really hot. You don't want to mess with this, okay? So we're going to set this off to the side and get started on our next adventure, which I'm going to set it in here, in this glass bowl. There we go. Okay. Also wear gloves. I don't know if I said that earlier, but always have gloves on. I'm supposed to be having a long sleeve t-shirt on. I just have a regular t-shirt. That's my bad. Sorry. Okay guys, we have our lye mixed up right here. Now we are going to puree our scoby. Alright, I got my stick blender. We don't want to make a mess, so be very careful. Some people chop these up beforehand. It's probably a good idea. But I'm going to get some scissors and cut this up really fast. Ooh, it's slipping through my fingers. Alright, there we go. Now it's cut up. This can take a few minutes, depending on how thick your scoby is. This one was pretty thick. It starts to get all mushy. You don't want any big clumps. You want it to be pretty small. Alright, awesome. And it'll begin to look like applesauce. That's a good thing. There you go. All done. Looks like applesauce. Super gross. Alright, so I'm going to pause the video one last time. I'm sorry. I know I keep pausing it and restarting it. My kids keep coming in here. They're in the other room. So I pause it when they come in to see what they need. So I'm going to pause it, and as soon as the water gets boiling really good, I'm going to put my oils on there, let them melt, and then we'll come back. I'm not going to videotape me melting the oils because it's just cocoa butter melting in a pot of coconut and olive oil. You just want to keep the temperature of the oil as low as possible, like I said, so that the lye and the oil come to temperature much faster. If not, you'll be sitting here forever waiting on it. Alright, so let's get that done. I'll come back. Thanks. Alright guys, so I just took the oil off the stove. Everything's melted. And the oil temperature is 149. Don't know if you can see that. And then our lye, I put the lye in an ice bath, which is pretty much your container that has the lye water. You put it in another container that has cold water with ice cubes in it. It helps it come down to temperature a little faster. My temperature on my lye is currently 185, so we're going to be sitting here a while waiting on this to cool down. So I'm going to turn the camera off one more time. I just wanted to show you temperatures. This just came off the stove like less than a minute ago. So it's going to be a little while for it to cool down. So once it cools down, I'll come back and then I will show you how we mix everything together and make the actual soap. Alright? Great.